Hello YouTube, MI Timber Wookie here. Brought you down to this creek today to share something with you. In particular, one of my favorite fall edibles, the Paw Paw fruit. I should probably start by talking about the tree a little bit. If you look around here, you can see I'm kind of surrounded by a little patch of them. And they have these great big broad green leaves on them, so they're kind of hard to misidentify. There's not really any lookalikes in my area, at least none that I'm aware of. And they have a pretty wide range. They're not found all over the United States, but they do have a big range. You can find these as far north as southern Ontario and as far south as northern Florida and eastern Texas. I don't think they go very far out west. I think they fall short somewhere around Nebraska. But still a pretty big range. Here next to me you can see the bark of some of the older trees. It's usually kind of a smooth silver bark when they're young saplings, and they get some bigger dark nodules on them as they get older. Kind of a neat tree. It has a natural insecticide in its leaves, so there's not a whole lot of insects that bother them or consume them. The critters don't really eat them, so they're often given a chance to grow, and they seem to like growing along the edges of streams and rivers. At least that's where I always find them concentrated in patches. The fruit usually ripens around September and October. Today's the last day of September. Thought I'd come out and see if I could find a few. And usually when I do, I give the tree a really good shake and see if a few fall out of it. And sometimes you can really get lucky and find them down on the ground already, and those will be the ripest, sweetest ones that you find if you can get them before the critters or before they spoil. So I'll hunt around a bit, see if I can find some, and show you what the fruit looks like. Okay, so right next to me here is a larger size pawpaw tree. They get a little bit bigger than this, but not much. I'm guessing maybe 25-30 foot. There's a bigger one on the other side of the stream and a large one right behind it. I'm going to look up in here and see if we can't spot some of the fruits. And they're really hard to find because they blend in with these great big green leaves. And in the fall, or closer and later into the fall, these leaves will turn yellow. That makes them a little easier to find. Let's see if I can spot this patch up here. There they are. Way up there. So I'm going to give this tree a shake and see if I can get them down there. Bear with me. Sorry if we get some Blair Witch photography going on here. Well, I heard a thump. We'll go see what we find. we go. A few down here right next to the deer tracks. So jump down there, gather them up, put them in my pocket. And here is my Paw Paw fruit. I'm going to cut it open here in a few minutes and see how ripe it is. Depending on when you harvest them and how ripe they are, they may only last 2 or 3 days at room temperature. They really don't keep for very long. That's one of the reasons that you don't see them in the farmers markets, is they can't really ship them. They won't last. They have a really unique flavor to them. Pretty hard to describe. Kind of a mango-ish banana flavor. The texture is more banana-ish. When you get them good and ripe, it'll be kind of soft and custard-like. In fact, some states refer to this as their state banana. If you live in Michigan, people call it a Michigan banana. If you live in Indiana, it's an Indiana banana. I've heard them called Indian bananas before. Really a unique little fruit. And it is getting popular with some gardeners, but for the most part, I just find them out in the woods. They have some vitamin C and some vitamin A in them. A lot of minerals, potassium, magnesium, copper. Neat little fruit. They're probably only about 80 to 100 calories. And when you cut them open inside, you'll find some great big seeds. And like I said, I'll cut it open here and see how ripe it is and share that with you. Oh yeah, this little booger looks perfect. I'm telling you guys, these things are delicious. What do you do with them? Well, you remove those big seeds out and you eat the pulp out of the inside. You don't really eat the skin. And you can scoop it out with a spoon or just cut it into slices and nibble around it and spit the seeds out however you want. I've heard of people using these in ice cream, making smoothies out of them. I usually just enjoy them as a trail snack. You can use them for just about anything that you would use a banana. So one that sounds interesting is maybe trying them in a banana nut bread. And you can see there's several of these big large seeds. And you can dry them out and stratify them or simulate a winter. You put them in your freezer for a couple of months and then pull them out in the springtime and plant them. These are indigenous to the United States. They're not invasive at all. They've always been around. They didn't come here with colonists. They weren't imported by farmers. Like I mentioned, a lot of gardeners and farmers are kind of taking notice of them nowadays, but these have always been here. So if you find one, go ahead and give one a try. You might like them. Thanks for watching.